The judge in the Parkland case is pissed, and she has every right to be pissed. I'm going to tell you what went down in the courtroom today. It was explosive, and you're not going to believe this. Before I tell you what set this all off, this is the defense team for the Parkland shooter. And watch this guy right here get into it with the judge. Here we go.
I don't remember any comments about any children. And if there was, it obviously didn't. It came and went without me noticing it.
Judge, I can assure you that if they were talking about your children, you would definitely notice it.
You need to sit down right now. You're out of line. In fact, you're excused. You need to go sit in the back with your chief.
Tells him to get out.
He's the public defender, Judge.
Mr. Weeks, please ask the lawyer from your office to go sit down and not say anything else.
She tells him, get out.
To try to threaten my children and bring up my children is inappropriate. Go to the back of the room now.
Look at that, like it's a child in the courtroom. What was everybody so mad over? Well, when the family members of victims of the Parkland incident were letting their feelings be known about sentencing and explaining how they felt about the trial, they were pointing fingers at the defense team, saying, how could you sit there and say this guy isn't the worst of the worst? Here's one of the exchanges they're so mad about.
You obviously have a very high tolerance for murder. God knows what you're showing your kids on television.
He's directly talking to the defense team here.
You obviously have no conscience. If you don't think that this is the worst of the worst, how could you sit there listening to what he did and say this is not the worst of the worst?
The parents were obviously very upset. Who wouldn't have been? But it got so explosive in the exchanges between the defense team and this judge who's become a star.
Curtail the limits of
Watch this.
The sentencing proceeding or the rights that the victims' families have. We are not trying to do that. But the state attorney's office knows that what is happening here is beyond what the victims' families are constitutionally protected to do. You can say whatever you want to Mr. Cruz. You can attack him and say whatever you want. But your honor knows that what is happening here is not permissible.
Ms. McNeil, stop suggesting that I know that something is impermissible and that I am allowing it to happen. You're finished. I've heard your objection. It's noted. State, go ahead and call Ms. Ramsey.
They do not like each other, and this goes way back. This is from the very beginning of the trial. Almost nobody has seen this, but this footage is interesting. Watch this. This is the defense team right here. Two members of the defense team and the Parkland suspect who's now been convicted of the crime. Watch as they discover some of the cameras in the courtroom. They're waving at the cameras. Now watch what they do here. They're talking back and forth, goading each other. And you see this? This is the kind of relationship that they had with the defense attorneys. Even he was uncomfortable by this. And it just kept going and going. Here's the lead prosecutor begging the judge, hey, tell the families to stop saying mean stuff about him.
You know, Judge, I'm standing here and I see that Jeff Marcus jumped up really quickly. But no one jumped up when people were referring to karma acting in the universe. No one was jumping up when they were referring to the defense children. No one jumped up to try to tap down that rhetoric. That is the rhetoric that I'm talking about. That is what I'm trying to be very clear on. Jeff Marcus, the state, they can hide behind their arguments, but we all are witnessing what is occurring in this courtroom.
Which is myself. I'm a judge, and I understand that I'm in charge of the decorum, and I feel that 99% or a great percentage of what has been said has been appropriate. Everybody has maintained decorum, but for a few comments, it's best to just move on as opposed to highlight them.
This is true, Judge, but I am witnessing a building of momentum, and I'm encouraging the court to direct the state to tap down on that momentum.
So this is how things are going in the courtroom for the Parkland case today. What do you think? Is it beyond reproach for the family of these victims to get angry at the defense? Is the defense just doing what they're supposed to do? The Constitution provides you with the ability to have somebody defend you in court. How do you feel about this and how the judge was interacting with everybody involved? Let me know what you think. Facebook.com/thenewsjunkie. Hit that follow button. YouTube.com/thenewsjunkie. Hit subscribe. Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you soon.